What's up guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to do a Casper Stall. So this trick has been around for a long time. This is a really cool looking trick, but it's not as hard as it looks. It kind of looks like half a kick flip and then a shove it with the rest of the kick flip. You don't necessarily have to know how to do any other tricks to learn this trick. You don't really have to know how to do a kick flip, but knowing how to do a kickflip would really help. I feel like this trick could be easier for some people to learn than kickflips, but a kickflip is probably going to be easier for most people. So you have your feet in a normal kickflip position. Your back foot is kind of in the middle of the tail, and your front foot is at a slight angle. So before you actually try to pop into this trick, you need to practice just standing on flat ground and using your front foot to turn the board upside down. Just put pressure on the side of the board and flip it over onto your foot. So practice that, and then practice standing on the board and trying to flip it over upside down with one foot under the board and one foot standing on the tail. Just practice doing that for a while. So after you're really comfortable with that practice step, you want to actually try to pop into this trick. So to do that, first you're going to start out on flat ground. You're going to give it a little pop and just a light flick, not as hard as you would do for a kick flip, because you just want the board to flip halfway over. So with your front foot, you're going to drag it up the board off to the side, flick your ankle out, and then pull your toes back so you can catch the board. Your back foot is just staying right over the back bolts, and then it's going right over the tail, and it's going to plant down on the tail with a little bit of force, but you're going to be pulling up with your front foot to hold the board up to keep the board from going down and touching the ground. You don't want your nose to slap the ground. With this trick, you're able to kick down on the board more than you can with a kick flip, because with a kick flip you don't want your foot to land under the board. But with this trick, you're actually trying to get your foot under the board. So you can kind of kick straight at the board down and just let the board roll around your foot and catch it. You might want to just set the board on your front foot, stand on the tail, and just practice standing in this trick and rocking back and forth, and just get comfortable standing on the board like this. You have to make sure your tail is not too slick and the bottom of your shoes are really grippy, because it's easy for your foot to slide off the board. It's easier with a really mellow, flatter tail. So to get out of this trick, you kind of have to stand in the stall for a second, rock back and forth, and you want to fling the board towards your toe side and just kick back, pulling up on your front foot and jumping off your back foot. You're going to lift your back foot up in the air, let the board come around, land over the bolts, and roll away. Most people are going to want to learn this trick on flat ground. But for me personally, every single trick is easier on a bank ramp. So for me, it's just easier to get into this trick and get out of this trick on a bank ramp. I think the reason for that is because if you're actually rolling forward, it's going to be hard to hold the front of the board up and not let it hit the ground, because your momentum is going to want to push you forward and push the board down. But when you're going up a bank ramp, you have less force pushing against you, because you get to the peak of the height of the ramp and there's not as much gravity, as much force pushing you forward, because you're about to start rolling backwards. I just love the way it flows on a bank ramp. I feel like it looks so good at the top of a ramp. This is a really cool freestyle trick. It's fun to do on the flat ground, but for me, it's so much fun to do on the skate park or street spots or just different obstacles like that too. You can take this trick anywhere. So that's how you do a Casper Stall. I'm going to be reviewing more boards. I've got a lot more how-to videos coming soon. So if you enjoy this kind of content, reviews, tutorials, and videos about what I'm learning as I grow as a skateboarder, then hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.